A third Beverly Hills Cop sequel has skipped theaters and landed on Netflix over the July 4th weekend, and that's kind of a blessing. While it's nice to see Eddie Murphy back in the role that made him a superstar, this is not a movie that would be worth the overinflated ticket price. Axel Foley is back, destroying half of Detroit in pursuit of the latest bad guy when he gets information that Billy has gone missing and his daughter Jane, a lawyer, has had her life threatened if she doesn't back off her latest case. That sends Axel back to the Hills of Beverly, where he discovers corruption in the police department, which is being run by Taggart, who is now the chief. So yeah, with a few interesting tweaks and updates, this is more or less the same formula as the other three. That's not necessarily a bad thing. There's something fun about this series with its familiar gimmicks, but the problem here is that the movie suffers from a serious identity crisis. It has too many things that it has to get done, and often they end up stepping on each other. It has to introduce new characters, get reacquainted with old characters, set up the crime story, pause for action scenes, build up the drama of Axel and his daughter and their fractured relationship, and have time for recalls, callbacks, and nostalgia. Personally, I don't think that first-time director Mark Malloy is able to handle these things efficiently. Just as we get going on the drama, we have to stop for a callback, and every time we get going with the crime plot, we have to stop for a long-winded action scene. There's very little time to really get involved in anything. Your enjoyment rests solely on your familiarity and the nostalgia for the first film. But I don't know, maybe that's my problem. Beverly Hills Cop was never my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. I much preferred 48 Hours and Coming to America and my favorite, Trading Places. Those films embellished Eddie's gift for Motormouth. Here, I don't know, maybe it's because he's getting older, but his verbal riffs seem too slow, too mannered. It's like watching a celebrated chef who's been out of the kitchen too long. And the action scenes feel a little off too. When they aren't perfunctory, they seem to run in second gear. One of the trademarks of this series has always been that the action was a successful mix of action and editing and music and sound design. The scenes in this movie seem oddly paced, very badly paced, like they're in first gear. The movie has its moments, but I could never get over the fact that this movie was basically unnecessary, and not one that I imagine you'll come back to. Personally, I really want to see Eddie Murphy do something new, something like he did with Dolomite Is My Name, or my fondest wish that he'd do another stand-up film. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F, meanwhile, just isn't much. I give it a C-. I'm Jerry Dean Roberts, and I'll see you next time.